Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before I dive into this video, I thought I'll just talk a little bit brief about what I'm gonna talk about and what was the reason for this video. I've been thinking of making this video for quite a while now. I have read a lot of things on magazines and on social media about disability and isolation, that it's a normal thing that can happen to anyone who has a disability. Not saying that all people with disability go through this, but you know, it mostly the people that go through this, I feel like it's mostly people that their disability makes it harder for them to be independent. Like myself, muscular dystrophy. I mean, my disability is not mental, it's physical. But a lot of people might not know that about muscular dystrophy. It's physical, not mental. So it's like you can imagine, like, even though I'm able to talk, think for myself and stuff like that, can do, like, be independent, and do, like, like, do anything like someone who doesn't have a disability. I can do certain things. I mean, so where I'm getting at, right? So it's like if you have something similar to muscular dystrophy, you might deal with isolation. But in this video, I thought I'll talk about my, personal opinion. This is my personal opinion, that I these two reasons I feel like people deal with isolation as someone with a disability. I feel like those two are the main reason, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. On, like I said, I read magazines, read stuff on social media about disability and isolation. So I thought to myself, maybe I should make one. Talking about this topic that I feel like it's not talked about enough. I feel, in my opinion. So I was like, maybe I can give my own opinion and my thoughts on this. So that's why I'm thought of making this video. But anyway, I'll get started. I feel like the first reason why people with disability might deal with isolation. I'll give you an example. You know how you go to school from preschool all the way to high school, right? So yeah, you go, and you go all the way to high school, and after high school, like, a lot of people who don't have a disability will either go into the workforce or continue their education either in community college or four-year university. And for most people with a disability, it's like high school, and after high school, that's it. Like, they don't have, like, nothing else to look forward for. I know it sounds like it's a sad truth, but you know, I like keeping it real and honest. So it might be a sad truth, but most people with disability after high school, that's it. Like, they don't have nothing else to look for in life, or they don't have a purpose. They feel like they don't have a purpose anymore. But like I said in my brief introduction, it's not in every case. Depends on your disability. It really depends on your disability. Sometimes you might have a disability that you are independent, but you let other people look down on you, and that's like a different ball game there, because you have all, you know you're independent. You have all the skills to, I'll call them skills, life skills, to be independent. Because yeah, your disability might make it complicated, but you have something to defend yourself with. I see it like you have some skills to defend yourself with, and be like, oh, they might say I can't do that, but I know I can. What I'm talking about. But people there, but not in all cases. And the people that don't have a disability that are able to be independent might feel like they don't have nothing else in life to look forward for and stuff like that. Luckily for me, I was able after high school to go, to college, to community college first, graduate from there, then go to 4-year university for 2 semesters only. But that's what happened with me and why I've been dealing with mental health issues. It's like more this reason more than the other reason I'm gonna talk about. This reason was why I started dealing with isolation, after I stopped going to school because, it was harder for me to continue. My disability, was my disabilities, your muscles get weaker as time goes on. And yeah, my muscle being a little weaker, but I'm still able to do most of my stuff. I always need 24/7 help 24/7. So, but I'm still able to, like right now I'm doing this video. I'm still able to do basic things. With a little bit of help. And stuff like that. And I felt like that I don't have a purpose anymore, honestly. It's like, what am I going to do with myself? What am I going to do? Those thoughts were coming into mind. It was like, what am I going to do now? Like, just going to be, I mean, I do go, like, somewhere, like, let's say, store or stuff like that. Or I go with my mom to run errands. My mom is the one who my parents are the one who basically, if I want to go somewhere, they have to take me. If they can't take me, I don't have like, oh, I don't have another option who can take me, stuff like that. Or I'll go with my mom to run errands, her doctor appointments and stuff like that. Even if I wait outside, when it's doctor appointment, I'll wait outside in the, waiting room. If it's like, we went somewhere to run an errand, I'll probably just park my chair somewhere and stuff like that. Depends, or I'll stay in the car with my phone and stuff. And anyway, that's the only way I can go outside. Like, but I can't be like, oh, I'll get the car keys and I can take off. I can't. Sadly, it's not like people might think like when they see someone with a disability, they sometimes they people will think that, oh, he's not trying, he just wants to be home and this and that. Comments like that probably come into mind for a lot of people that don't have a disability or that have a disability, but in their case, they can be independent. And it's because they don't have the same disability or they might not understand, even though that person has a disability, he might not understand your struggles and stuff like that. And it's not that they're not trying. Behind the scenes, everyone has problems, struggles, behind closed doors and stuff like that. You can assume things, but you know what I mean? But anyway, I felt like I should mention that as well. Yeah, no, anyway, I felt like, what am I going to do? Like I was saying with my day and stuff like that, you know? I mean, I do play. I play games. I know I game and watch TV, but I'm like, I need something else besides that, or I'll be on my phone and stuff like that. And it felt like, what am I gonna do now? I need like a purpose. Things did not go as I planned. I was planning on graduating community college, graduating the 4-year university, but I feel like I was gonna still with I was gonna deal with isolation because after I did all that, it's like, what's next? Because I know there's a lot of people that have been able to, you know, find a job, work, five, like they say 7 to 5 p.m. stuff, the hours you work, you know what I mean? So it's like, I know a lot of people with disabilities have been able to get a job, maybe after high school, maybe they're even working on what they study in college, what their major, what maybe they have maybe there's business administration. I was reading a magazine that I get. If you have muscular dystrophy, you probably get this magazine in the mail. It's called Quest. It's like talks about a lot of things about muscular dystrophy, like very interesting magazine. I mean, I always read every session. It's every month, new session and stuff. New edition. I mean, new edition. Like they have the, like for example, they have the November edition now. I'm just waiting for the December edition, the last edition of 2023. You know, and I read a lot of stuff. Like I read, like it was showing how people have, done things in life that probably seem impossible, or there's just 1%. There was this person that I read. He was like had the same disability. You know, he had muscular dystrophy. It said like it said where he was from, his name, how old he was. He was 45 years old, had his own house, and was working as in business administration since he went to college for that. Imagine that. When have you seen a person with a disability own a house? I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen. I mean, it does happen. I mean, but maybe I never have crossed paths with anyone who has a disability and have their own house. I mean, it can happen, but imagine if you tell someone this, someone who, I don't know, they think differently. They see people with disability that they can't. You tell them, "Oh, I know this person that has a house," or maybe you tell someone who doesn't have "Oh, I have my own house." They'll be like, "No, that's impossible," and stuff like that. But I know a lot of people, are able to get jobs and do this and do that, but it's like it's a rare thing, and stuff like that. It's like it's a rare thing. Like I was saying about working. I mean, it's a rare thing. You see someone with a disability working. I don't know, front desk of an office, anywhere, McDonald's, fast food place, anywhere. I mean, you probably will run into someone with a disability working, somewhere, a store, wherever, But it's a rare thing. It's like, for example, I took statistics in college. So basically, if I remember, 1% means it's like you basically need like a miracle to happen. It's a rare thing. When you say 1% chance, it's like you basically have zero chance. I mean, it can happen and stuff like that. Like I said about working, but most people with disability never get a job, and stuff like that. And it's like, if you get a job, it's like you'll be doing something. You'll be busy with your job and stuff like that. Depends how many days you go and stuff like that, or volunteer as well if you're able to. But most people have a disability that prevents them from doing that stuff, and you can feel like, what's the purpose now? I don't have a purpose. I mean, I graduated high school. I didn't go to college, or if it's my case, I graduated high school. I went to college. I graduated. Now what? It's like either way, you don't win in life, basically. Because either way, you still might deal with isolation. Not saying in all, like I have said, everyone's case is different. So my case was like this. So maybe there's a lot of people watching my video, you know, that it reminds them of them. I can relate to them. Maybe watching this video, I might. There's a lot of people maybe with disability that can relate to my situation, or can relate to what I'm thinking, but they never, thought about it like this or made a video talking about it. You know what I mean? But anyway, I feel like that's one of the reasons. The second reason, I feel like it could be the main reason. In my opinion, it's probably the main reason. You know how you go to, like I said, preschool all the way to high school, especially high school, you socialize with a lot of people, Middle school, high school, I feel like that's when you're, socialize with a lot more people than when you were a kid, stuff like that. Honestly, to be honest, I wasn't that social during that time, middle school, high school. I wasn't a social person. I mean, right now I'm a lot more social than I was. College, like, made me grow as a person. College actually made me be more social and stuff like that. But anyway, but yeah, I did meet a lot of people during high school, middle school, but not like maybe a few people. But college, that's where I met a couple more than what I did. Like I was saying, wasn't that sociable during middle school, high school time. college, university, I was more sociable. But anyway, like I was saying, you meet a lot of people and stuff like that. Maybe you hang out with them during, high school, middle school time, or college or university, your peers, you know. But after high school, in a couple of years later, things can change. I mean, change because, like I said, some people will go to college, some people will go into the workforce. A couple of years down the road, they'll get married, have kids, and stuff like that, or be busy with life. Everybody gets busy with life at some point. That maybe, like I mentioned, have kids, get married, and stuff like that. But sometimes when you have a disability, those things can be off the table because it's like not saying none of, I'm not saying it can't happen, the stuff that your other peers are doing, like get married, have kids. Not saying, but it's like I've read a lot of things about that in my disability. With on the magazine that I get, the Quest magazine, it talked about that. Like one of the magazines talked about relationships, for people who have muscular dystrophy or any disability, especially muscular. It only had like 1% chance. That 1% chance, people with disability actually have kids, get married. So 1%, like, but you know, it's just 1%, like not a lot. It's a rare thing you see, stuff like that. So those things can be off the table at times. Because I mean, like I'm saying, I'm not saying it can't happen. You have like little bit percent, 1% is like basically near a miracle or something along that road. You know what I mean? Not every disability. I feel like disability are independent, like I was saying, maybe have a higher chance, finding someone who can see through their disability and stuff like that. So anyway, that's why, I mean, your peers might be busy doing all that stuff and stuff like that, and maybe you don't hang out with them anymore or you don't talk to them anymore. And it's not that they're avoiding you. I feel like maybe you might be like, oh, so and so, I used to, be cool with them in high school and stuff like that. Now that I graduated, and it's been a couple of years since I've talked to them or seen them, you know, I reach out, I don't know, through social media, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, or whatever you use, or just, text their number, never get, they probably don't reply, or, take a while for them to reply. It's not that they're being rude, stuff like that. I mean, people do change, but I'm not saying that that's the case in every person, you know what I mean? Some people are just, have different priorities. They're just busy with stuff, and it's not like they're being rude to you. They have to do their own life. I know you wish you could do your life, maybe like your peers are doing it, but it's like that can be a little bit hard. Depends on your disability. I'll mention that. You'll hear me mention that throughout the video because I don't want people to think, oh, I'm just, you know, being upset that I can do this, can't do that. No, I'm just, you know, I feel like speaking facts or reality, like for someone who has muscular dystrophy, that's how my reality is, you know. So anyway, that's why you'll hear me mention that a lot. But yeah, like, or there's times maybe you are going out with, you used to hang with people, after the people you used to socialize with in high school, you still socialize with them, after high school. But, there'll be times where maybe everyone that used to hang out with you, everyone's busy. Like maybe you want to go somewhere, you invite most of the people, you invite people that and they all be like, I'm busy with this, doing this, or cancel on you last minute, stuff like that. So, like I'm saying, it doesn't mean like the person doesn't want to hang out with you or don't want to socialize with you anymore and stuff, like hang out with you mostly. It's because, like I'm saying, they have different priorities, and stuff like that. And it can feel like if I don't have anyone to hang out with, and what am I gonna do? Like you'll probably, some people will end up feeling isolated if you have a disability. That's why I feel like that's probably the main reason a lot of people feel isolated because everyone you used to hang out with or communicate with. Everyone's busy, and it's like you feel like alone or isolated, or however you want to call it. It can make you feel like that. You know what I mean? It can make you feel like that. Like, for example, I have a cousin that I'm very close with, you know, but as we got older, we both went our own paths. You know what I mean? I mean, we still talk and stuff when we see each other, but we don't see each other often. When we were kids, we did sleepovers and stuff like that. What kids do, things kids do during that age. Then as we got older, once we hit middle school, we were still close and stuff like that. We would game. I know we all game Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops. That was our hobby. But once we got to high school, I mean, at some point, things had to change. You know what I mean? He started seeing someone, got a relationship with someone in high school, which, I mean, it never bothered me. Like, I know he was going to be busy with her, with his, the person he was with, or with hanging out with a friend doing his own thing. And I was doing my own thing at that time as well. It's still the same thing now that we are in our mid 20s. I'm 24. He's gonna be 25 in January. He's doing his thing. Going out with his friends, going to club bars. Are you ever going to a club or bars party, stuff like that? And I'm doing my own thing here. While he was doing that, I was trying to get that degree that I'm looking at right now and stuff like that. He was doing his thing. Then with like I was saying, he was doing his thing, partying, hanging out with his friend, going clubs, bars, and stuff like that. While I was trying to figure out, you know, how to fix my mental health, trying to get my mental health right, stuff like that. Or like right now, I'm doing YouTube. He's doing the same thing that I mentioned right now. I'm not mad at him or stuff like that. I've never been like, oh, I wish I can do this. I wish I can. No, I wish nothing. I have always been like want everything to go well for him. Wish nothing but the best for my cousin. I wish that everything goes well in his life. Stuff like that. Just I'm always like, there will be time that I'm like, I hope he's doing well. I hope he's okay. I hope he's careful. It's crazy out there. The world's crazy right now. I'll always be like, I tell my mom, I talk with my mom, like, I hope he's doing well, I hope he's, careful and stuff. I mean, he's a good kid and stuff, but, even if you're a good kid and stuff, stay out of trouble. People might be, there's a lot of hate, people might be hating you because like I'm saying, he's a good kid, very sociable. I mean, gets along with everybody, so kind of worries me. Because a lot of people might be jealous. They wish they were him. They wish they were like him. They wish they had his personality. So just always be like, especially on the weekend, I'm always like, hope he's staying safe out there. Every time it's Friday, Thursday, weekend, I'll think about my cousin. I'll be like, hope he's okay. Hope he's staying safe. Hope he's not getting into trouble wherever he goes. Stuff like that. But I'm thinking of making a little bit video about that, like how we took different paths and stuff like that, because I feel like it's a little bit connected to this. But this video, I thought I would make, like I'm saying, talked a little bit about why I feel like people with disability might deal with isolation and stuff like that. But I'll talk a little bit more about my cousin and me growing up and stuff like that and stuff like that. So I feel like that's the reason why people might feel isolated. It's like, wow, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I don't have anything I don't have any other activities to do. All the peers that I knew from high school, college are all busy with life, so it can feel all that can be too much on someone's plate. You know what I mean? Too much. It can be too much sometimes, and you can feel isolated. You start dealing with mental health issues. But the advice I can give you guys, like the advice that has helped me. It's like try finding activities, try finding a lot of activities to do, there's a lot of activity you can do, you know. Try finding some hobbies you're able to do. Like for me, I used to just game and watch TV or be on my phone. Now I'm making YouTube. Sometimes I'll, do something, read a book, listen to music. Music, has helped a lot. Make a playlist of music that you want to listen to whenever you feel isolated. Listen to podcasts. Try going out like anywhere. Doesn't have to be like maybe you feel like, oh, I need to go to a club or a bar. I mean, yeah, you can go those places too. If you have someone to take you, might as well go. Get distracted a little bit, or go anywhere. Go to the mall, anywhere. Like if you're able to, or you have someone, either a family member or a family friend or a friend of yours that can take you. You can ask him a favor or ask a family member for a favor. Can you take me here? Can we hang out here? You know, and stuff like that. Like for me, my cousin, even though I don't see him a lot, he came through during my birthday. Like he knew when my birthday was. He just showed up, spent like, you know, hanging out with me for maybe 15, 20 minutes because he was gonna go somewhere else, but he still, that he still came through. He still came to visit me, even if it was just a couple of minutes. Still was like, it was a good, nice seeing him. It was a good thing he did. You know, stuff like that. I mean, if you have a family member with a disability, or a friend with a disability, try. I mean, I'm not saying you should, but if you have a little bit of time, reach out to them, see how they're doing. I know you probably are busy with life and stuff like that, but reaching out doesn't hurt. Reaching out, or maybe be like, hey, how are you? What are you up to? And stuff, like check on them. Or if you have a family member, simple message, a simple call won't hurt you. Stuff like that. I know you're probably busy with other stuff, but it can really help someone. Even if you be like just saying how are you, what you up to, or what you're doing, it'll help someone who's feeling isolated. Like for me, I usually reach my good friend Victor, who has his own YouTube channel. Sometimes he'll reach out to me, or I'll reach out to anyone that I know. Like have people that I feel like I could reach out to, or a family member. I have an uncle. He lives. I forgot where he lives. Somewhere in LA. Stuff like that. I'll reach out to him once in a while. I know he's busy, but he always replies back and stuff like that. So I have certain family, people that I know. Not a lot, but I mean, I know certain. I already know who I can reach out to. Who maybe has a little bit of time to just talk. It could be a family member, a family friend. There's a lot of people that know my parents. They know me, so it's like I can reach out to them as well, like family friends that know me, that have known me since I was, man, probably a kid now then. And yeah, there's some of them I can reach out and just talk to them and stuff. They won't get mad, and stuff like that. Especially if they like sports. If they like sports, that's a conversation started for me there and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah. So if you can do that, it'll be something nice for you to do to someone who's feeling isolated, or check up on someone. And I feel like that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Hope you liked this video. Yeah, I hope you liked it. I mean, like I said at the beginning, this is just my personal opinion. So yeah, leave your guys' comments on what you guys think about this topic. I feel like it's not talked a lot. It's not talked about enough. I feel like isolation and disability. So that's why I thought I'd make this video. So I'll end it here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Until next time.